we have. And the reason I sound like I'm trying to be quiet is because I am. I'm trying not to wake anybody up. It's early in the morning here, but it's good. It's interesting, happy news that we have to tell people about.
Yes, it is Eastern Time, 7:30 a.m. Saturday, and for Bradley, it is 6:30 a.m. Saturday. And why that is relevant is because last night or yesterday afternoon was the Walking Dead San Diego Comic-Con panel. And as I woke up this morning, I found that the good people at Magic the Numbers. So if you go to YouTube and look for the Magic, Magic in the Numbers. If you go to YouTube and check out the Magic in the Numbers channel, you're going to find a treasure trove of San Diego Comic-Con panels. They have True Blood up, they have Walking Dead, of course, up. They have Game of Thrones, lots of other videos from San Diego Comic-Con as well. So they're pretty much putting up these videos like immediately after the panels at the Comic-Con, which is awesome.
Are these like little handheld cell phone videos, or are they?
No, this is the real deal. This is high quality, high def stuff.
We're authorized to be there then.
Absolutely. I mean, if you go to that Magic the Numbers YouTube channel, you can see that it's definitely not a handheld, and they have really good quality stuff. So we want to thank them for doing that. And we went ahead and ripped the audio from the panel. And
well, if you got them, that's what I always say.
Yeah, word. So we're gonna play that on the show for your podcast listening convenience, and it's awesome. I haven't even had a chance to listen to the whole thing yet, but there's tons and tons of great audio. Every main character in the cast is there. San Diego Comic Con is the big one.
If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, then maybe we should put a disclaimer out that just in case there's any language that we are unaware of.
That's
normally we try not to put that kind of language on our show, and if we do, we like to bleep it because we like to be family friendly. But this is a last minute deal, and we kind of trust the people. We'll just roll with the flow. Something like that happens.
That sounds perfect. You'll get an introduction in the beginning where you'll learn everybody that's on the panel. It's all the main players, like I said. It's much like the New York panel last year. Kirkman, Gale Anne Hurd, and all the main members of the cast. And we're just going to let this roll, and maybe next show we will talk over some of the things that we discussed, but we just wanted to get this out as soon as possible.
I was following the live tweeting from the Walking Dead Twitter, the AMC Walking Dead Twitter, and it was pretty interesting. And as soon as I saw the link they threw up for the teaser trailer for season 2, I stopped what I was doing and I went and watched it. And holy cow, am I so excited for October 16th.
Yes, and I guess we just broke some other news, Brad. The official premiere of season 2 will be October 16th, which is about 2 weeks ahead of what we figured, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't mean to spoil anything people might hear from the audio, but there's a good chance that Walking Dead fans have already heard that by the time they hear this episode anyway. So
absolutely, and just remember to check out our Facebook group because we've been throwing up all the news that's been coming out on the Facebook page. So if you can't wait for the show or to hear it otherwise, check out the Facebook group.
Hey, I wanted to comment really quick on something I saw on the Facebook group. There was one of the people that posted on there and said, "Hey, no offense, guys, but I'm gonna stay away from this group until the show starts again because he doesn't want spoilers."
Right.
That's cool, and I respect that. And sometimes I wish I had that kind of willpower. I hope that you're not angry or whatever. But and I'm talking specifically to that listener. I can't remember his name right now.
Scott Gardner from the Two True Freaks podcast.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, cool, Scott. Just know that we love the show so much that we'll talk about it any way we can. And I hope that you'll join the group again later once the show starts.
Definitely. So we're going to go back to bed right now. And not us, like together. Brad's in Texas and I'm in New York, just to make that clear.
I'm actually drinking some coffee right now. I may have another cup and stay up and check out that YouTube channel.
Yeah. Magic by the Numbers. Check them out. Thanks again. And enjoy the panel.
I'm not going to blab too much. Just make sure your cell phones are off and keep tweeting stuff to minimum. And let's get into this business. I would like to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Darabont. He's also, Mr. Gale Anne Hurd is also here. And I'm here with this guy named by the name of Robert Kirkman. And head of special effects and producer, Craig Terrell as well. Okay, so before we bring the cast out, we're just going to have this weird, long panel of empty seats. I want to talk to you guys about your things. But first, Gail, I know you have an announcement that you would like to share with the thousands of fans who lined up all day.
Okay, first of all, please get out your smartphones, if you have them. I want to announce the premiere date for Season 2 of The Walking Dead. It will be Sunday, October 16th, new time, 9 o'clock p.m.
We could not wait for Halloween, so we're coming at you a few weeks early, so it's going to be exciting.
Sweet. Now, I really, can we start off, Frank? I don't know if you're able to answer this. Can you tell us exactly what happens in Season 2 from start to finish? We have to kill everybody in the room. Well, I'd like to trick you with one of my crazy mind traps. I want to find out, first of all, before we get the cast out here, how do you guys sell a show like Walking Dead to AMC? I mean, AMC, obviously watching like Mad Men, Breaking Bad, how do you go to AMC and go, we want to make a show about zombies, and they say, okay.
Well, I think most of you, since you're genre fans, right? They have a fabulous block of programming, which we will be premiering in, called Fear Fest, in October, leading up to Halloween, and they thought that They already had the eyeballs, they had the fans, they're lovers of the genre, you know, and they were looking for a show that spoke to those fans, and here we are.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And Robert, were you part of the pitch, or did they take your graphic novel, or how were you involved?
I had no idea what was even going on. They called me after it was all done.
No, like, hey, you're on TV. What?
No, I heard that AMC was interested from Frank and Dale, I think after they had done the pitch. So they were like, oh, we've been talking to AMC, AMC's on board, we're actually going to be able to make this happen. So it was all a fairly quick process when AMC came on board. So that was pretty great. But I gotta say, you gotta really hand it to AMC for being a network that had enough vision to try something this crazy. You know, we did talk to a lot of other networks that didn't have that kind of vision. So it's really kind of amazing that they hopped in and jumped on board.
And now they all want a zombie show.
I think it's amazing. They don't know me. I think AMC, like any other network, they would have made 9 Mad Men ripoffs, you know, and they went through and created, like, each show needs a voice. Did you ever, I mean, when you started doing Walking Dead, and it's sort of never-ending tale, do you think it could actually be a TV show, or did you ever think about it?
No, I never really did. To be honest, I was kind of of the mind that it would never, ever be a television show, just because, you know, it is so dark, and it is zombies, you know. It's the you know, the idea of the show is that people get eaten and torn apart, you know, like, that's not something that you see on television every day. So I was doing a comic thinking, well, I'll always be doing this comic, and my managers would call me up and go, hey, so-and-so, they're doing this, and I'd go, yeah, that's fine, it's never gonna happen. And then, you know, eventually Frank came along and never went away, so it was pretty cool.
Great, Darryl, well,
I immediately thought of this TV show. First issue I read, I went, the thing I've been looking for, they got.
Can I hear that over for a second, Darryl? Can I hear that over for a second? You wrote my favorite nigger on Elm Street. I'm sorry, I love it. That's my favorite. I really love 2 words. Okay, I just need that away.
I said that was actually me and Chuck Russell in a cabin in Big Bear.
Oh, personal details.
We wrote the script for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in 11 days in a cabin in Big Bear. A month before they were supposed to start shooting, they still didn't have a director. And they didn't have a script. And they hired Chuck Russell, so he and I went up to Big Bear, blew through that script, and like 3 weeks later he was on the set, calling action. Nice. It was quick.
And the results was the dream, Warriors. But Sarah, I want to talk to you for a second, because I mean, certainly the show would not be the show without the effects that you create. And I know the trailer played on the loop on the floor last year, and like my friends and I, like my friend was saying, I stood watching it, saying like, oh my god, dude, like we watched that trailer like 10 times. The portrayal of zombies in Walking Dead is unlike anything in film or television. So, I mean, how did you approach, I mean, I know you have a huge background in speaking.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I guess when I grew up in Pittsburgh, I just really love zombies because Monroe Mall, Evans City Cemetery, they shot the original Man of the Dead. Now, Frank and I always talked about doing a zombie thing together, and I remember I was shooting Spy Kids with Robert Rodriguez, and I went to Austin Comics and found the first issue of The Walking Dead. I was like, dude, how cool is this? There's a comic book with zombies in it. So for me, I always, you know, I have sort of a pedigree of working on a bunch of zombie projects. With this, I mean, you know, we were really determined to follow the spirit of the artwork and sort of push things a little further. You know, every character has contact lenses, custom prosthetics, all this kind of stuff. But, you know, I'm just excited about taking what I learned on all these other projects and sort of refining and fine-tuning everything. So, you know, even as much as casting each particular zombie performer, you know, we had a zombie school in Atlanta where...
There's a zombie camp?
There is.
There's a zombie school where you go to learn to be a zombie?
There is.
How do I get into that?
It's actually pretty safe to be in Atlanta, and actually asking people qualifying. I mean, it's... But, you know, we started with great cases, and it sort of built up from there. So they're all really good performers, and they all sell it as well. So it's big. It's really great.
I just want to point out that he said you can be a zombie, so it's a...
So he's a zombie? Yeah. I just like the punching in the face. I would just zombie. Yeah, straight across the ground with my leg up, you can shoot me right in the stomach, I don't care. Oh, you did?
Yes, in the finale.
That's awesome. She's great, too. She's a great zombie.
It's one of the zombies on the lawn in the CDC. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes.
When she was in the head.
When I first saw it, I saw the show last year. Someone snuck my discs from G4, and I
the show admitted.
Come on, Robert, not for the guests. I actually scared a group of girls away at a party because I was so emphatic talking about Walking Dead when it first came out, and the following phrase came out of my mouth and made everyone scared. I was like, no, because if there were really a zombie apocalypse, that's exactly what it would be like. And I was scared. And I was like, oh, that came out of my mouth.
What's your strange and scared girls?
No. I must love it. It's like it. So is there, in season 2, you guys did 6 episodes for the first season, and obviously one of the hugest shows on television last year. How has, going into the second season, knowing you have more episodes, you probably have some more budget, is it a little bit scary to know you have more resources in a way?
It's a bit of pressure, you know, knowing that everybody loves the show, and there's an expectation now, because the good thing about the first season is that there, you know, no one actually knew, you know, what was coming. It was, you know, you'd seen good things, but, you know, it was a new thing that people wanted to find out about. But I can say that, you know, it's just made everyone work harder, and Frank, jump in anytime you want, but, like, we know that it's empowered us to try harder, to cross more lines, to do bigger things, to tell bigger stories, knowing that there is that rabid fan base out there that has said loud and clear, like, we love the show. So you know, we're taking that seriously, and we're really trying to deliver.
And also, it's this year we have a movie writers who build the show. As fans of it, having seen first little half season, they came in the room and went, wow, we have to do The Walking Dead. You know, the first 6 episodes, what the hell they were doing, except, you know, kind of mean. You know, it was an unknown quantity as a TV show. Now we have to come to the table and go, wow, we love this and we want to be part of it. And that's a pretty great advantage and a good feeling as well.
Yeah, I mean, it must, like, when you first did the show, I think the first season pretty quickly, right? It was like the first day or 2 after it aired, and it's the second episode. So did you literally start planning right now, here's ready for season 2?
No, not really. It wasn't immediate. You know, my brain needed a little time off. So okay. My friend Chuck Russell, and we were getting there. We were just now.
You can move 2 more, 3 with the 3rd one, right?
No, you know, it's always in that. It's always work. And going on coursework is going back and rereading Robert's comics here. Yeah, and that really helps. You know, see it.
Yeah, how do you keep? I mean, your eye. I mean, first of all, you're an amazing writer and producer, but your eye for incredible properties of film, television. What?
Partner with the most talented people you can find, and 3 of them are sitting up here. Honestly, you can do that. You're great at source material. That's what producer does.
Well,
let's hear it for these people.
A little bit of that sort of treat. Would you like to tell us what's on our frame before we bring on the cast?
Will this have something to do with a trailer?
Is that what you're asking? We're going to do different things. We show a trailer, fine. We put together this rubber curtain building solution for you. Right now,
I'm doing that later. That's another panel. Good programs.
we encourage you to insert dollar bills into this.
One rides or 10, 20 per
Right. Anybody can find that movie you do with Sasquatch. We've got a very, very cool trailer to show you. It's the first time you've seen. You folks here. See, it's a little big, they should touch. I feel like you can sign that. I feel bad you have to sign that. Please help me. They trapped me. Go get help. They won't release me. You must come for help. Sorry. Guys, I'd like to introduce the cast of Walking Dead. Mr. Andrew Jenkins. Welcome, Walking Dead cast. First of all, great job. Well done. Have you used your first con, right?
It's my second con, but it's still just as scary.
So let's talk a little bit about how you guys got involved in the show. Sort of go one at a time. Andrew.
Yeah, the script came from my agent. I just had my son had just been born, and I had slept for 18 days, and I looked like I survived the zombie apocalypse. And I painted myself on the internet to Frank Darabont, and he said, yeah, they got back the next day, and they said, will you fly out? And I screen tested in his garage with this man here and his dog. I went, yeah, I sort of thought about Boss, his dog, basically. That's the reason I got it, 'cause he calmed me down. But yeah, it was the standard route, and they told me pretty soon afterwards, and I couldn't believe my luck. So yeah, it's one of the greatest, this is the greatest job I've been involved in, and it keeps getting better and better. So thank you for watching.
Well, actors, actors are freelancers. You never know what's going to catch and what's going to work on something, and you never hear about it again. But Sarah, with you, what did it feel like when you heard the next day, like, what's some of the big shows on television now? Were you even thinking along those lines when you were making the show?
No. I mean, you work as hard on it as failure to become success. You pour yourself into something, and you give it everything you have. And on this one, particularly, I was sort of worried that I might have jinxed it because I love it so much. I mean, I can't tell you it's such a show to work with. I really can't. Probably not. But it's such a joy, and it's hard to kind of overstate. But you love it so much, and then you sort of think, we only got to do 6 of them. I think they let us do a little more. And then the numbers come out, and you go, well, now we can really scare. Now we can really make something dangerous. And the scripts this season are unprecedented. I mean, they're the best television scripts I've ever.
Do you guys just feed them a little bit of script? Do you guys know what's going to happen all the way through, or
we don't? But it's amazing. It's just amazing. I think the great thing about season 2 is you start to realize the most dangerous things out there are the ones that inside.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that Laura was a little quick to have the old sackaroo with Shane after it was break down for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's done. What about for you, John? When did you come into the cast? Have you involved?
I think like everyone else, it started with getting a script that blew me away. The best pilot I ever read in my life. Never does a pilot take you to character and to atmosphere, and I never read anything that rich. And the amazing thing about this is you read something and you want to be part of it so bad, you believe in it so much, and it strikes your heart, and it's just on this unbelievable pedestal. And then usually with jobs, when you're lucky enough to get hired, you meet your bosses, or you meet somebody in the cast, or you meet someone, or some sort of change happens, and it's painted in this way. And this job has been the absolute opposite. Every stage of the way, every person I've met, everyone involved with this, my bosses, my castmates, have just only make this better and better and better. And I think it has been capped by you, because I think that the Walking Dead fans are the best fans in the world. They're the smartest, most badass. You guys are hungry for it, and we want to feed you. We want to feed you, and it's just the fact that the audience out there that you guys do just means so much to us, and we all love it so much. So thank you so much.
I think it's incredible. Are you able to? Because these are intense scenes that you're shooting all day long, like with your sister and all of it. How are you able to finish work each day and kind of cleanse the emotional filth off your body?
First of all, it's so weird to hear you call me Lori, because she's Lori to me now. I'm Andrea, so it's so bizarre. You're saying Sarah, like, so much for you. Season 1 was very challenging with the death of Amy, because she was the love of my life. And to be honest, there was no cleansing. I think I cleansed after we finished shooting, because I had an emotional intensity that I had to go through for the entire season. I mean, everybody's got their own individual challenges in season 2. Every character is pushed to the max. I think that people are going to be so thrilled. The writing is so superb. Every script is gold, and I'm working with my friends. They're so good at what they do, and I think you're going to be so thrilled. If you are a fan of Walking Dead graphic novel, I think you're going to really love the season.
I want to ask Jeff, I think of all the characters, Dale's the guy that everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to be my dad. Like, your character is so, just this kind of, like, beacon of hope, and everything else just seems super bleak. You're just the guy that's like, come on, guys. I mean, how do you approach Dale?
I guess he's just so terribly irritating. He doesn't see the trouble he's in. First off, I want to say this is amazing. I've never had experience like this, so thank you for being here. And you were asking how we got involved with it. I had the most wonderful introduction to this show. I was working on another job. Frank called me up, and he said, Jeff, how would you like to come to Atlanta and kill zombies? I said, I'll do it. And that was it. I knew nothing about the graphic novel, hadn't seen any scripts, but having worked with Frank, I thought, yeah, I'll get on board with that. But I don't know how I approach Dale. I approach him every day, as freshly as I can. and see where it comes out.
If you were, you know what, I'm going to ask this zombie question after we get to the one, because I also want to ask, Stephen Glenn, you're sort of the young, funny guy in the room, like 2 years old. How hard you get in the cars easily. How did you get involved in the show?
It was, this is, other actors might pay for this, but I was one of those very fortunate cases where I just moved to LA about the October prior to the pilot season, and I know the stars aligned because Frank Robert Gale put this scene together, and I read for it, and somehow they enjoyed what I did, and just got on board. I mean, I was a fan of this comic before, so I didn't, when I got the script in my hands, I didn't realize what it was. Like, oh, I'm dead, something later. And then I started reading the pages, and I was like, holy, you know, F, like, this is that. And so,
what does that stand for? I don't know.
Oh, God. Holy fresh. Holy fresh. Fresh. So I read it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is what it is. And I worked out and then I auditioned, and they're fortunate enough to
What's the day like? What's the day shooting interview?
Shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, you wake up, you do a tip check.
A tip check?
Yeah, check ticks. Then you just check everywhere. Let's just check. You check everywhere. Yeah.
You check your text in there.
No, it's right on there. Anyway, you check your ticks. You go to work. You take it all in. You sweat your butt off, and then you come home and do another tip check.
People days running around shooting zombies and bookmarked with tick checks.
Yes. Tons of tick checks.
Are you sure you can do that? Or you someone's screwing with you?
No. When you do this,
There are ticks everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Yeah.
How many people are in here? Like a million? Okay. 6,005. Okay. Well, okay. So there's ticks where we shoot, and sometimes they're small. You don't notice them.
You see them say,
Usually, one of them climbed my mountain. Went on the peak of the mountain.
Holy fresh.
Not only that, but none of those, but I have 2 pounds now.
Okay.
I passively wait.
You're living fresh girls, right?
Excuse me?
So sorry. Norman. Of all the characters, you're the character. Oh, I totally played that guy. You can play redneck.
It's the best. This is the coolest thing ever. Actually, down in Georgia, I bought a truck. I bought a redneck truck. It's black wheels on it. And I ride a motorcycle a lot, but when you go by motorcycle, the motorcycles say wave to you. So I have all these rednecks and badass trucks like waving to me on red. It's pretty awesome.
Do you have the sweet big mud flaps on the back?
Not yet.
Oh, man. What's it like? How much of your country you live in Georgia?
I can't answer the question.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're there one time.
You're there. Have you been to the South?
I haven't so much, but I did Conspirator down there, and then we went into the first season of this.
Yeah.
So I've done this in Georgia. I'm starting to love it. I mean, it would be.
What's the most fun part about playing? What's the most fun part about playing with it?
Dude, I run around the crossroads, shoot zombies in the brain. It's
That was kind of badass.
He's such a badass.
Do you guys have to keep Michael Rooker with the zombies, or is he hang out with everyone else?
I love Rooker. I hope he's here somewhere.
He actually knows how to fire guns.
Oh yeah. He's got some big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? But he's such a cool guy as well. And I remember when I heard his cast. I've seen Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer. It's one of my favorite movies. But he's awesome. And I always loved him. He's really good.
So I remember my mic months ago, and I asked.
Are we recording your podcast?
No, I'm sorry. Don't listen to it. I asked you what you would do in zombie apocalypse, and you had my favorite answer.
I would kill myself. I hate to sound morbid, and it's not like I have any desire to really kill myself. I don't really need anything, but I've written this stuff so long, and I've seen what happens to people in this world. If something like that were to ever happen, like, yeah, I think it's ridiculous when people are like, oh, well, I'm going to hold up in my school because they've got a lot of showers, and then I give baseball bats. That would be my best choice. It's like, no, you wouldn't be someone's pet. The whole world turns into prison. Like it's no fun. Like you wouldn't be killed. So yeah, I'd jump off a bridge.
No, that's right. Yes,
I'm fine with becoming a zombie.
Read the comic book, learn the rules, Robert. Everybody call me the Terminator.
Is there anything you can tell us about season 2? Have you seen the trailer, or just like sort of where we left off from CDC? I mean, are you able to tell us like how long after the season 2 is picking up? Is there anything you can say?
It picks up about 2 seconds. No, actually, it picks up about 5 seconds in an overlap with the end of the first season. It's literally them driving away from the CDC. So there's none of this bullshit 6 months later stuff.
I want to open the floor to fan questions. We have a few minutes left, and I know there are a lot of people here who want to ask questions. So can we go to some Q&As? Is there a microphone? Oh, there's a microphone right there.
Can you say once again, we love you, we love you, we love you. We will be up here for season 2.
Stop me when you get this room alone, and it wouldn't be as fun.
Hi, this is a question to Frank Darabont and Robert Kirkman. If you had to choose someone to play Michonne, Tyrese, and the Governor, who would it be?
Ed O'Neill, and Ed O'Neill. Just because I've said before, like, it's a really good thing that I'm not the final call in casting because I would just cast actors I wanted to hang out with no matter what I would do. And I've loved Ed O'Neill since Married with Children. I like him much. And he's awesome in All the Family, and I really just want to hang out with the guy. So anytime they ask me who I should cast, I just say Ed O'Neill. And my second go-to is John Stamos.
Oh my God, you gotta get Uncle Jesse Walking Dead. That would be awesome. Wait, dude, hold on, right there, man. It's Uncle Jesse's zombie. You have to make it happen. Well, that's zombies.
Talk to me, Darrow.
Well, Darrow, that's zombies. It's like having sex zombie. Hi.
The fair answer, though, is we are actually having those conversations as we speak.
Yeah. Hi, what's your name?
Ed O'Neill.
Yes!
John, I'm ready.
You ready? Lead zombie. Chicago, C-Suite. Yeah. No, the real question is...
This is inside joke.
all of you all up there, all of you all, who does their own stunts, and also is there ever a time where you want to do your own stunt, but you're not really allowed to because something may happen?
Yeah, I mean, when I started the show, they said we'd like you to do as much of it that you feel comfortable with, and also as much as you feel uncomfortable with. So yeah, I did pretty much all my stunts apart from taking the horse down, I think, in the first season. And I'm just trying to think, yeah, it was pretty much all even the driving. And I only learned to drive 4 years ago. He was driving the wrong side. My favorite moment in directing the pilot was when you first get on a horse, and you start off at a nice little walk, and then this guy on a horse goes across the field. And he really, I was very impressed, and I know it was not a comfortable feeling, galloping at full speed across the field on a horse when you've not really done that before. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Stunts?
Yeah, you know, yeah, you know, it's yeah, no, it's we do as much as we can ourselves. It's an incredibly game group of actors and an incredibly game crew, best crew in the world. And yeah, we go for it as much as we possibly can. And we're all kind of banged up and bruised, and yeah, that's.
It's like, you know, when you get bruises and cuts, it's like you've earned your day. You know, it's like a war booth. It's like, yeah, I had a good day at work today.
Now I just gotta do the check. Make sure that tiny parasite's eating my blood. Let's answer your question, sir. Okay. Next question.
This question is for Norman Reedus. What's a weirder job to work at? The Walking Dead or at the Lady Gaga video?
What's the best job?
No, it's no weirder. It's weirder job.
By far, this is the best and the weirdest. It doesn't get much weirder than this, but it's pretty cool. So I'd say this one. I love Gaga. It's just super cool.
All right. That was a fun question, right? That was fun. What's your question, sir?
This is for Greg Nicotero. I saw a documentary where you explained what it was like the first time you met George Romero, and I know that yesterday I had a pretty similar feeling when I ran into him in the exhibit hall. And I was wondering if you had any advice for aspiring special effect makeup artists, anywhere from how to get into the career to like how you perfected your zombie techniques.
Well, you know, truthfully, the one thing I always tell everybody is just take really great pictures every time you do makeup, every time you do sculpture. Just constantly document what you do, so that when you can call somebody like me and say, listen, I'm in town, you need any extra help or whatever. It really is. That's really the key, is studying what people have done before me and what people are doing now. You know, I got a great phone call from Rick Baker saying how much he loved Zombies the show. And, you know, I was astounded at such a fantastic compliment. I mean, but, you know, I just think that just keep perfecting your technique and keep sculpting and keep doing makeups. You know, a lot of the portfolios we get, it's like there's the guy who does makeup on his sister or his little brother, and there's penguins and zombie caches and all this kind of stuff, and just keep doing it. You know, but I do want to say that if I wasn't sitting here, I would be sitting out there, because I still love what I do. I can sit next to Andy Winter. I mean, how cool is that? I still love the show, and I still love what I do. And that enthusiasm. But it really is exciting, you know, the fact that when I grew up and I met George Romero in Pittsburgh for the first time, to me what was exciting about it was just so amazing, and I still have that same feeling. He inspired me to be who I am, and I love the idea that Comic-Con allows everybody here to meet people that do shows that they love and get inspired by them. So there's future, you know, Frank Darabont's and future Andy Lincoln's, future everybody in this audience, they're, you know, can go to where to be part of something like this. That's a long-winded answer, but thank you.
No, it's a good answer, because you're not interesting for you, and you're now George Romero to people. You know what I mean? Like to that guy, and so that's gotta be an interesting situation for you for being a fan. So like, oh wow, people now are listening to what I say.
But we're all still fans. I mean, Frank and I last night went to see Robert Rodriguez.
This was so cool.
Robert Rodriguez is sort of setting up a museum in Austin, Texas, to show all of Frank Frazetta's original paintings, and literally standing 5 feet away from the dealer painting and geeking out, and Frank goes, oh my god, and we're still fans, and we still love what we do, and that's why you can see it on the screen, and everybody at this table loves what they do, and you can say it over and over again, but seriously, going to work and getting a chance to work with these people, it really is, I've done 800 movies, this is one of the best projects, because I get to be with these people every single day.
Robert had 10 original Frank Frazetta paintings on display last night, and we were there for like 2 hours staring at them. We were out of our minds.
So we're giant nerds too.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, especially people who are fans of the graphic novel, that like, oh, it's not exactly the same. They still see the authenticity that goes into it, the attention to detail. I think that resonates with people because they know you're not full of crap. They know, like, oh, these people actually know what they're talking about. They care what they're doing. I think that's a big difference to fans, obviously, because we're jam-packed. What's your question, sir?
I just wanted to know if in season 2 we're going to get to see Carl become the universe's most coolest 8-year-old kid.
We've been there. The other day on set, I was brought to tears by how proud I am of him. He's a little man. He's such a professional. We had a scene, and John was the first one to go, hey guys, good work. No lie, and he did a scene the other day, and I can't tell you anything about, unfortunately, but it will take your breath away. And he moved through a series of emotions, from terror to peace to beauty to loss, with a fluidity that every actor could learn from. He is going to blow your mind this year. And unfortunately, that's all I can tell you. So he's good luck.
Here's an acting question, obviously, you know, you're just doing regular stuff, it's not sci-fi or not fancy, you can draw an emotion, not probably emotions like this, how do you prepare yourself emotionally when your motivation is, the dead are reanimated and I have to shoot him in the face? Like, where does that come from?
It's very easy when, you know, Greg does such a great job of making it look so realistic, but, you know, we just, like everyone said, we just try and make it, we care about it so much, and I speak for everybody, particularly the crew as well. The crew are magnificent and they're busting themselves to bring you the best season 2 they can give, you know, and they've got 4 days off now, and they need it because it's brutal out there, but they're amazing. But, yeah, so, I'm trying to emulate Chandler, you know, I do the Chandler technique and the Jeff DeMunn technique, which is you just turn up, look at your lines, and get out of the way, because the words are so cool to say, you know, and you just try and imagine, try and make it do it real, is all I'm doing, try and make it real.
We're doing an excellent job. By the way, while you're in the South, there's a break and got to eat a cracker barrel. Just for the experience. Yeah, no, well,
I'm now embarrassed because I just realized I haven't taken Andrew Lincoln to the Cracker Barrel, so I'm very sorry. I feel bad.
Chick-fil-A. now people are shouting at me. Crystal Burger! All right.
Oh, Crystal is good.
Well, comments. Never mind. Maybe it's not Crystal Burger. All right, so what's your name?
Yes, I'm Sean. My question is for Robert. By the way, the graphic novels are like the coolest thing I've ever read. I'm sure everyone can agree. While reading them, I've noticed that the character Rick Grimes has the most amazing character development, and I just want to know what kind of development can we expect for season 2?
The thing is that the comic book series has been going for so long that I've had the time to add all these little things and do all of these horrible things to Rick Grimes that have, made him eventually turn into the character he's become. And, all I can say is I think the plan is to get there, but it's not something that we can rush. We have to take our time with it and do it in a way that makes sense in the show, just like I did in the comic book series. So yeah, I think that putting these guys through their pieces is definitely a big part of what we want to do with the show.
That's gonna be fun for you. Just take it. Basically, just
Kill
take a nice
characters again.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, just take a nice guy character though, and then just at one point you just start punching him in the face forever. What is your question?
My roommate makes Big Blood, and so was it made of and does it taste gross?
We make the Big Blood out of corn syrup and food coloring, so it doesn't taste gross. But if you notice when you look at the zombies, we have a little mouth rinse that we blacken their gums and their tongues with, so there's no pink inside the mouth, and that stuff tastes disgusting. I go back to the zombie extras, but that's the only one. We try icing, we try anything to pick up to get that colorway. So literally, if you walk on set, when we have 80 or 100 zombies, there's all these little black puddles all over the ground, and we rinse them out and then they spit it out. They have great black teeth, but there's little black puddles all over the set. So.
How long is a standard zombie makeup take?
We got the hero makeup down to about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. I mean, there's, big days we have 9 or 10 makeup people. Usually it's myself and 4 of the guys, and we just kind of start at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they start shooting by 8, and we filter the zombies to set as we go. And, listen, they're great. They're really good. They're troopers. All the zombies, they're great performers too. They bring a lot to their what they have to do, but they're really great. We put a lot of the zombies through their paces in terms of some interaction with some of the neat characters. They're great. Really great.
Excellent. Next question.
We have time for one more question. Okay. So this is for Jeffrey Devlin. I love your theater work. I watched you with Death of a Salesman. I bawled so bad. Anyway, I was wondering how you translate your theater work into killing zombies.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how to answer that. The two feed each other.
Zombie Slayer. Yes.
The two disciplines feed each other. That's the one thing I can say. Also, having done some theater, it really tunes up the memory. So I don't have any problem learning lines. Those two, they add an energy to each other. But beyond that, I have no idea how Death of a Salesman helps me kill a zombie.
Walking Dead of a Salesman, dude. Come on, man. What's up? What is up? So we just have to wrap up before we do. Frank, I'm curious. Can you watch the trailer one more time? Like, of course we can.